everyone, my name is Glitch, and welcome to Glitch ASMR. So, I got a new look. I don't know if you guys did notice me before, I can't remember if I told you, but I do have a tattoo. This Dragon Sin of Wrath from 7 Deadly Sins. I have my hair pulled back, and I'm rocking a beard right now. Don't know how long I'm gonna rock this in particular style for, but I'm trying to work out more, you know, get buff and whatnot, and lose some weight. And so I was like, might as well look the part and actually like get a little bit of something. Got myself a little tank top and whatnot. So yeah. I would wear the other green jacket that I normally wear, but my dog actually climbed up the stairs and got into my room and was laying on my bed, and he got fur all over the jacket. I'd have to get it washed off and you know, just de-fur it with like a lint roller and whatnot, just because, you know, it needs to get washed anyway, especially the other jacket that I was wearing. I wore that when I was working out, and that's gotta get washed too as well, I'll tell you that for sure. But in this video here, intros aside, I am going to be solving a Rubik's Cube. Now, this video is inspired by Taito ASMR. I will link the video in the description down below. And I will also be putting in the description the algorithms that I use to solve said cube. So anyone that is also following along, I will talk and walk you guys through it too as well. Just so anyone watching this video can potentially solve their own Rubik's Cube too as well. I don't know how well it is going to work, but all I do know is that it is a bit fun solving it after you've learned the algorithms and just how you're supposed to manipulate the cube in order for you to get the pieces in the right place. So, without further ado, let's get this started. So, first thing we're going to do here is scramble the cube like so. Don't know how loud these actually are towards the microphone, so I'll do it at like a safe distance. This is quite loud, but gotta work with what you got, you know. I might turn the sensitivity down a little bit, just so I can still scramble with it without it being super loud on the ears. I really don't know how well it does sound. We're just gonna roll with it. Okay, this seems scrambled enough. So this is the cube right now. I could scramble even more, but I think I scrambled it enough as far as I know. So the first step number one that you want to do when solving a Rubik's Cube is create the daisy. So if as you noticed, these middle pieces never change. This will always be yellow. This will always be green. This will always be red. This will always be orange. manipulate the cube by turning it around a few times to move the pieces into the right place. So there's a middle white piece right here. So I will turn the cube this way, and then I will move this piece upwards to get the first petal of the flower. So the next white piece we gotta find happens to be right around here. So we will turn the cube this way and move that upwards, and we got 2 petals down, 2 more to go. Now the thing about finding the petals though is that sometimes these petals are in place, but they may not be the right petals. You might find a different white piece that might be moved in that spot. Therefore, you just have to quickly switch around the pieces to put that other petal into the place it's supposed to be. So I've had it happen to me once before. But there is a middle piece right here. So let's see if we can get that upwards. So I'm going to turn it towards me, and then turn this way again. Move this upwards, and then I'll turn it this way, and I'll move this up. So now I got 3 out of the 4 pieces. Let's find the last piece. The last piece is right here on this white line. So we can actually just move this here, and this is what I'm talking about. Oh, never mind. I'm just being stupid. I thought I had to move this piece upwards to put this here, and then move this piece around, when in fact I just had to turn it one more time. So most likely when you do find a petal, you normally don't have to move them, but sometimes I end up having it too, because I just can't figure it out. I just can't figure it out fast enough. So now we have all of the petals. Don't mind this piece, ignore this. Pretty much cover this up. You see, we got all the petals of the daisy, making the daisy, the petal, the daisy, the daisy. So the next step that you want to do, you want to put all of these white pieces on the bottom to make a white cross. So to do that, you must match. You see this white piece, and then the second color happens to be blue. Find the blue middle. What do you know? It is already on the blue middle. So we're just going to turn this twice to put this white piece on the bottom, and do that with all the pieces. So this piece is red, so I'm just going to turn it till I reach the red middle, and then turn it twice. And then for this one, this is orange, so I will turn it till I reach orange, and then turn it twice. Now I got 3 out of the 4. What's the last one? The last one should be green, and green is actually already soft. So I'll put that down, and now I have the right white cross with an extra piece already there for us, just because we're super awesome. And if you also have the piece too as well, you're also super awesome. If you don't, you are still awesome. Just keep following these steps, and eventually you will also solve the cube. So the next step we want to do is complete the white face on the way bottom here. So turn this onto the bottom, have this only face the bottom, and locate the other pieces of the white. So just so happens to be right over here. So I'm going to teach y'all how to do a switch. You have a right switch and a left switch. So you see how these pieces are like this. So to do a switch, you must turn the cube in its natural state, with it facing you. You must turn it up 1, as in up clockwise. clockwise and then counterclockwise on that exact same piece. It's kind of hard to do it, kind of hard to show you since this is a mirrored image from me showing it to you. But essentially you would do clockwise, clockwise, and then counterclockwise with this one side. You see it on your guys' left side of the screen, but this is my right. Well, I'm showing it on my left, but I'm using my right hand to do it. That is called a right trigger. To do the left trigger, you do the exact same thing. With the left hand, you do it clockwise. You do this counterclockwise, and then you'll do this. Oh, yeah, they do it counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise. That's how that works. So the right trigger is clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, and the left trigger is counterclockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise. So, I'm also going to be speaking in some other Rubik's Cube terms to also help you guys learn it. So, this here, the thing that is facing you, that is F. You'll see it as this. So this is right. This is left. This is up. And this is bottom. So those are the different terms that I will use. In fact, I won't even use bottom. I'll only be using front, left, right, and up. So, with that said, let's go ahead and start finding the other pieces here. So, to put these pieces where they belong, find a white piece. We have a white piece here and a white piece here, so let's do the one onto the right here of this area. So, looking at it, what's the next color you see? We see orange. So, we just so happen to have it next to the orange centerpiece. You want it to diagonal with the orange centerpiece, and with the orange centerpiece facing you, you would do a right trigger. Turn it clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise. Now, of course, you see it a little bit opposite from the screen, but guarantee you it does work. So now it did put this piece here. So now we have that piece and that piece. Then we gotta find these other two corners. So I just happened to found the white piece right here. Happens to be orange. I get to go around, find orange again, and do it to the left side for the left trigger. Now we have this piece here. We got one more piece to solve. So this piece is on the bottom. So to move it upwards, you would do a left trigger again, a left trigger again, and left trigger one more time. So now you finally got it up to the top. Move this piece here to have it align with the red, and with the red facing you, do a right trigger. And now, wait, let me find this. And now we have a full white face. A full white face, 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 a full white face. So now, if you also notice too, the entire bottom row here, only other time I'll use bottom, is filled with all of the correct colors, but the second row isn't. So now we must solve for the second row, the second row, the second row, the second row, the second row. To solve for the second row, you must create a T with the correct colors in place. So, a edge piece that does not have any yellow on it. This edge piece has yellow on it, so I'm not going to use that. And this edge piece is blue, but there's yellow on top, so I'm not going to use that. But this edge piece is red with green on top, so we're going to go ahead and use this one. Turn this to where the red would be, which is right here, and you see how green is on the other side to this. So what you want to do is you want to move it. If the green is to your right, most likely it would be, if it's red, you would move the face clockwise and then do a right trigger. But in this case, let's say I was solving for orange and it was an orange and green piece. Since the green would be on the left side, you must turn up counterclockwise and then do a left trigger with it. So let's go ahead and solve for this piece here. We want to move this green piece over here, and to do that, we will do a counterclockwise left trigger. So then now you have moved the white piece up, so now you must fix the white piece. Find where it's at. It just happens to be blue, so turn it to the blue so that it is diagonal towards it, and then do a right trigger to fix it. And we need to solve for the other pieces now. So I will turn this piece over to blue, because that's where blue is at. And the blue is there, and the red's on the other side. So then I will do it. Oh, I did it wrong. So I'm doing a left trigger, I am supposed to do a right trigger. So I do it clockwise, and then a right trigger. There we go. And then I move this over to the red. Do a left trigger to fix it. Now I have all the red where they need to be. And let's go ahead and solve for the green here. So this is a green-orange piece, which means I need to do it clockwise and then a right trigger. Move this piece towards where the orange is and perform a left trigger. There, I finally moved the green piece where it needs to go, and the orange piece is also done for all of the 6 rows here. All these 6 squares here. So I still got a few more left to solve. Let's go ahead and solve for the green here like I was supposed to. I was supposed to put this green over here. I did it wrong. So I would do it clockwise and then the right trigger. Move this back one to fit to where the green is, and then do a left trigger. And there we go. Now we just have one more left, which is this one. So the only thing with the yellow piece here, oh, never mind, I can actually fix that right here, because I have a orange and blue piece. So that is on my right side, so I will do a clockwise right trigger. Turn this once for the blue, and then do the left trigger again. Okay, and now this entire phase here is filled. This entire row here is filled. So we finally solve this part here. Now we need to solve for the yellow. The yellow is where I'm going to start saying algorithm terms to help solve for these pieces here. So I like to just pick any side. I'm gonna have the side that has these 2 yellow pieces to my left, so that I'm looking at the cube like this in front of me, with the orange facing me. So then to solve for this, you would need to do... Oh, also, I need to tell you guys too, so when you turn it clockwise, I will just say either F or R or U or L. If you turn it counterclockwise, I will use the term prime. That is the technical term that you use whenever you solve the cube. So if you hear me say F, R, U prime, U, R, R prime, that's just mean I'm turning it clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise. You will, eventually, when you learn these different steps, you will learn it too as well. But like I said, I will put these formulas down in the description below, so anyone following can also try to tag along and try to solve it too as well. Again, I don't believe this is going to be successful on teaching you guys how to do it, but I still like to explain my steps and how I solve it, just so I eventually get to certain points to where even maybe someone else might be able to learn from it. But there is a video that I did use to learn the algorithms, which I'll also link that into the description, just because that video is so much better at describing everything and showing you the algorithms and stuff. So let's go ahead and get started in solving for the yellow here. So I'll have the orange face me. So to do that, I will do F U R U prime R prime F prime. So now I'll have a straight line and keep the straight line facing towards you and do it the exact same thing again. Exact same thing again. So I would do F U R U prime R prime F prime. So now it's a little bit messed up, but we just keep going, with it. So B F U R U prime F prime. U prime R prime and F prime. So we'll eventually get to where we need to go with this. Just keep following with me. If you have already gotten to the point where it is more solved, then good luck for you. Wait for me to catch up. I'll catch up to it. So let me just look around here. So I'll have this face towards me. So it'd be F U R U prime R prime F prime. Okay. So then I will have this here. So F U R. Okay, let me get it again. F U R U prime R prime F prime. Okay. So let me just do this, and then we got F U R U prime R prime F prime. Okay. Eventually, when you solve for it, you will get this, or at least try to get the yellow cross. Now that I have the yellow cross, ignore these two pieces. Well, don't ignore them, but still acknowledge their existence. You want to look at it. Let's say it looks like this, and just have this facing you. You want to do R U R prime U R U U R prime. So then eventually it mixes up the pieces so it looks more like this. And if you do cover this piece up, you see how it looks like a fish. Have this fish face like this way to you, which I'm going to do right now, and then do the exact same step. So R U R prime U R U U R prime. So this is where a lot of times I get stuck at, because a lot of times I didn't manipulate these pieces here enough to get them up here to have it perfectly shoot out. So I'm just going to do this a couple of times till eventually I get the yellow face completed. So we got R U R prime U R U U R prime. So it looks like I still have this messed up. Try this one more time. Actually, I'll do it from this side here and see if that helps me out. So R U R prime U R U U R prime R U R prime U R U U R prime. Okay. So now I got it like this. So let me just do the other algorithm first. So it'll be F U R U prime R prime F prime. Now I got this straight line. So F U R U prime R prime F prime. Okay, now I got the zigzag, so I know I'm getting somewhere good with the zigzag facing me this way. Do it again. F U R U prime. Okay. Now I got the official cross for the puzzle. Now this should work. Okay, so with the cross here, see how these two are like that? Have that face to your left, and then do the R, U, R prime, U, R, U, U, R prime. Then I'll have the fish facing this way, so it'll be R, U, R prime, U, R, finally, U, R prime. There we go. Like I said, I had to manipulate the cube with both of those steps to finally get it to the right track. This is where I get stuck a lot on. And then now we are on the next step on solving the cube. Hopefully you guys were already this far before I got here. If not, hopefully you enjoyed the ride. But before I go any further, I'm just going to drink some Gatorade. Okay. Now, the next step is a step I can't fully always remember myself. So, with this handy dandy notebook here, I have the algorithms I was just using written down for you. See, there's the F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. And then this one is the R, U, R prime, U, R, U, U, R prime. So now I'm going to use the third one here, which, like I said, I will have in the description down below for you guys to read up on and either take notes on or whatnot, also just to help you guys solve the cube. So the next step, this one's a bit trickier, but we will roll with it. Let me position this in a way where it becomes readable for me. With the yellow facing upwards and white still facing down. I like to search the cube for any sides that have all three. That will be on the left side, and it just so happens that's not the case here. So let's do green. Let's do green. So with this red, it's gotta get moved. So to do that with the green facing you, we will do the steps. That's clockwise. It's counterclockwise. Okay, cool. So we do L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime. Now, if you've done that, you should actually get the fish again. And because we have the fish, we're going to go back to the previous step and fix this by doing R, U, R prime, U, R, U, U, R prime to fix this. And we did move the red piece somewhere else, but in return, we have a full side here. So I'll use this as the example. You can also use orange too as well, but since this one here has these ones here, I will use this. Actually, I don't think you should mess with this side, but I'm messing with this side because I feel like this is the right step. So you do the exact same algorithm again, which is L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, and then got the fish. So we got R, U, R prime, U, R, U, U, R prime. Oop. I have a prompt up against with the microphone, so hopefully it stays in place long enough. So now, if you look at this side's almost complete except for this square. This side's almost complete except for this square. this side is already complete, so we're not going to worry about it. And this side is almost complete except for this square. So from the looks of it, we need to move this piece over here, this piece over here, and this piece all the way over here. So it looks like we need to turn them counterclockwise. There are two steps. One of them is the clockwise method, which I'm not going to use because I have it set to where it's counterclockwise, and the counterclockwise method. So to turn it clockwise, if you need to turn it clockwise, follow my steps carefully. It is F2, U, R prime, L, F2, L prime, R, U, F2. That should either almost complete the cube for you or move them around to where you need to then rotate them counterclockwise. And to turn it counterclockwise, you need to do F2. Oh, actually, I'll do it here. Turn the pieces counterclockwise. Find the face that is complete, which is green. Now, I'll have this face you because I don't want it facing me. I'll have blue face me and green facing away from you. So to do that, you'll do F2. Then you'll do U prime. Then you'll do R prime. Then you'll do L. Then you'll do F2. L prime. R. U prime. And then F twice. And voila. We have a full, complete cube. A full, solved cube. Fully solved cube. Fully solved cube. So, that is me solving the Rubik's Cube for you. Like I said, this video was heavily inspired by Taito ASMR, so I will link the description. I will link that video in the description down below. I'll also link the video that has the way how I solve the Rubik's Cube in the description down below. And also in the description, I will have all of my handy dandy algorithms here written down on the description for you guys to take notes to as well. Or you guys can read up on them now and write them down too. But that is it for today. Hopefully you guys liked the video. Hopefully this video was pretty tickly for you. Like I said, hopefully my tingles are 100% satisfactory guaranteed or tingly guaranteed for you. And hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, and be back for some more content with me. I'll figure out some other stuff I want to do for the channel. I do want to do more inaudible whispering because the last inaudible whispering video I did went very, very well. And I have a lot of stuff to talk about in my mind. Of course, as me solving the Rubik's Cube, I'm talking a lot, so I can figure out some stuff that I can definitely do some more inaudible whispering for. Just 1 second. Delicious. But without further ado, my name's Glitch, and I'm signing out. Hope you all have a fantastic night, and I'll see you